Hey, this is Bruce Cook. This video, I'm gonna be talking about something I'm gonna have to do later tonight. So our forecast locally is predicting we will be dropping into the dropping to 30 degrees. And tomorrow night, that will be Tuesday night, we're supposed to get as low as 28, and those are going to be freezing temperatures. So now, those of you who've been following my channel with my Superhot pepper plants, I have had to put my plants out early. So, I mean, this is mid-March, and I do live near Atlanta, Georgia. So anybody that grows around here knows that's pretty early. But my plants obviously got way too big for my grow box. They were getting too wide. It was getting stuffy in there. I made the mistake of sowing my seeds in mid-October, when people normally would around here would be starting in early January. So thought I'd get off to a head start so my plants could be bigger for by the time that they would be put out. People normally do that in mid-April, and I started apparently way too early, because what you see here, the size of these plants, these were literally in styrofoam cups inside of my grow box a couple weeks ago, and this is just barely over half of the plants that were in my grow box. So you see that's much too large for at least the grow box that you've seen that I have been using in my past videos. But anyways, I'm gonna give you a peek at this. I bought this frost blanket. So I was doing some research. Somebody had been suggesting using like frost cloth, and I checked out my local Walmart and Home Depot. I found that they didn't have any in stock, and their website said that it would have to be ordered. So I went to next town over. It was actually on my way to work a few days ago. Stopped at one of their Home Depots, and I got lucky. There was the frost blanket just as I walked in the lawn and gardening. So anyways, let me get this opened up. So this is what I got. So this is supposed to be frost protection. I have done some research and learned that there is different like frost blankets and bags that are rated to protect, like supposed to preserve a certain amount of temperature. Some of them are supposed to be like 3 degrees, 4 degrees, or more, or whatever. This is the one I could afford. So this is a 10 by 20 foot cloth. So I'm gonna be. I already gathered my plants close together a few days ago, but I'm gonna have to do get them a little bit more tight. This blanket, I already experimented with this. This blanket will fit over this as it is, but I want to change it up a little bit, because I want to get the, after doing a lot of research, a lot of people suggest when you get this blanket over your plants, you really don't want your plants actually making physical contact with the blanket itself. So the whole point of the blanket is to hold the heat in. And what I'm going to do is around 5 p.m., our forecast says that's going to be when our temperatures are going to be at the highest. You want to get that blanket over your plants in the afternoon when the temperatures are at their highest, so that way when the blanket is over, it'll have a better chance of trapping warmer weather or warmer temperatures in here, rather than if I were to wait till like 10 p.m. when the temperatures are already dropping down to the 30s. But anyways, that's what I'm gonna do. I gotta go back to Home Depot, my local one here in Monroe, and I'm gonna be getting either some PVC piping or maybe some more of these 1x8s, and I might have to use some extra blue barrels to hold the 1x8s up, and then I'll have this blanket draped over them. And of course the edges of the blankets are going to be pressed into the ground. I'll just use bricks to hold it down, and I'll give you an update tomorrow. I'll let you know how my plants did, but so far, I mean, it's been dropping into the 30s, And as you can see, the size of these plants, most of these I put out here less than a week ago. A few of them, like some of my red Scotch bonnets, was like a week and a half ago. So got a couple red Scotch bonnets plants that I'm not sure if they're going to get anywhere, because they were losing a lot of leaves in that grow box of mine. So these plants were producing a lot of aphids. And while the big plants themselves were able to handle the aphids, as I was, getting rid of the aphids every morning, the little plants couldn't take it. So these were pretty much put outside in the same condition that you see them here. So hopefully they'll grow some new leaves. But so far everything has, well, that's the red Scotch. I think that's my chocolate Murga scorpions. But so far everything else has been faring pretty well out here. They've been dealing with a couple rainstorms. And it's obvious these plants are, well, obvious to me because I get to see, what happens off camera. It's obvious to me that these plants are loving the outdoors already more than that grow box, just because it was getting so stuffy in there. I was getting a lot of leaf droppage. It wasn't until pretty late into the season, for me raising them indoors, that I decided to put my second fan in the bottom of the grow box, allowing the air to circulate out of there. So now I have air circulating, blowing down from up top, and another fan drawing the air out of the grow box on the other side of it. Then my leaves stopped dropping at the frequency that they were. But out here, I think I've seen a couple leaves drop, so they're obviously loving the fresh air. But we need to protect them from getting frozen. So I don't want all my hard work this last 5 months to go down the drain in one night, because I made that mistake of sowing these so early and putting them outside. But anyways, oh yeah, another thing, I am hoping this year my plants are going to be looking as healthy as ever, because something I did this year that I didn't do the last 2 years, something I did do the first year, was use calcium nitrate. So it's something I get from the Rusted Garden. The very first season, back in 2020, I used it in the soil of my plants. I would wait like 3 days after transplanting them into their final containers, and then I would put, I'd do the mixture. It's like 2 tablespoons per gallon of water. And my plants look so healthy all year round. I didn't have disease problems. I mean, like the condition you see these in right here, nice condition. That's what all of my plants looked like the first season. They were, except obviously my plants got way bigger than that, when they reached their full size. But in 2021 and 2022, I was, dealing with diseases with a lot of my plants. I only had like 2 or 3 large plants that stayed looking really healthy. But go figure, those were plants that I had saved from the 2020 season. Because it was one of my Carolina Reaper plants and some of my chocolate woodland plants I had for over 2 years. And they, kept putting out peppers. Oh, that's another thing too. I was saying, I don't know, a few months ago, that I was going to experiment with putting some of my plants in the ground. Took them out of containers just to see if they would survive the winter. So, if the root system can stay alive, the plant can stay alive. But obviously, that did not work out too well. I'll show you. These were all of my large plants that were in my 5-gallon containers right here. I already tried putting one plant into a 2-gallon container with fresh soil in it. I did that about 3 weeks ago and nothing happened. So yeah, obviously the plants did not survive. So I figured that would probably happen anyways. I just thought maybe by some dumb luck, I'd get lucky, but I guess that was just wishful thinking. So, but anyways, we're gonna try this frost blanket, and then I'll give an update tomorrow and let you know how my plants fared. So, and obviously you can see I just did the paintball gun shooting video. This is right after that. You see all that fresh orange paint. But anyways, I will make another video tomorrow morning and let you know what happened. Till then, see you later.